Block and Bridle is an organization that was started to give young people who had an interest in livestock a chance to promote livestock, and one of their early activities was the Little International. The idea long ago was there were very famous shows that took place with livestock across the nation. The most famous of all was what's called the International in Chicago. And then there was another famous one that still exists. It's called the Kansas City Royal. So Block and Bridle clubs decided to try to have something like those big shows on their campuses.
What we do is we just invite students within the college or within the university to come, and they get an animal for a week from one of the university farms. They work with the animal and with the other exhibitors for a week in order to exhibit the animal at the end of the week.
For students, it became a way to work with livestock, to practice or hone in their skills and make them better at the presentation of livestock.
It's all about getting kids that may not have experience in the animal industry and opening their eyes up to showing animals.
We have novice kids and advanced kids.
A novice exhibitor is someone who's not really comfortable with the animal or has no experience.
I've never worked with horses or cows or anything, so it was a nice way to just get there.
Advanced are preferably kids who have done this 2 or more years before in their life.
I raise swine at home, and I've shown for several years at the county fair and higher up in the state level. As an advanced showman, you have the novice underneath you.
It is a lot of fun to go out there and teach what I know and share my knowledge to somebody who doesn't know as much about, a beef animal.
One of my novice showmen was a pre-med major, and he had never stepped foot on a farm in his life, and so working with the animal, he was nervous. I could definitely tell. I pretty much just helped them through the basics. We spent time washing the lambs and then cutting their wool and grooming them and getting them ready for the show. And throughout that whole process, we were just explaining to him, what you're going to do is you're going to walk out in the ring, you're going to lead the animal by its head, and you're going to go in a circle and set the animal's legs up and show off the animal.
It was rewarding to watch my novice. She ended up being reserve in the beef showmanship thing, so that was cool. I felt like I had taught somebody a skill that I feel pretty confident with to go out there and be confident with it too and be successful.
It kind of helped me become a better showman just because I had to teach others, and I only had 1 week to work with this hog, whereas for a county fair I have the entire summer. So I think it really helped prove, who really knows their stuff, who can get what done in what amount of time.
There's a certain amount of competition that to be better, to show you're better. It helps you to maybe develop a little bit of your leadership.
When you first walk in, I always tell my kids that you need to look the judge in the eye, and you need to keep looking at them in the eye until they stop looking at you. It lets that judge know that you're in there and you mean business. Then when they come, the judge comes and asks you questions. And they just ask you basic questions about your animal. And it's also one of those things that breaks the nervousness.
We try to pick judges who have been participants in the past of the Little International and are now in the industry in some way to come back.
It's really great to see those people want to come back and they're still passionate about where they are in the industry.
It's a little bit of an honor for them to be asked to come back. And I think for our students to see students of the past who have succeeded, I think that's kind of a learning, part of their learning curve.
It was a really humbling experience, for me even to see those people come back and try to help us, get ahead.
It's a lot of fun, and if you're new to it, you're totally welcome. It's a great group of people out there.
It's really deep in tradition. This goes back decades, and it's not just Michigan State that holds this. This is for ag schools across America.
If you want to learn, you can, because there are plenty of people with experience that are either the advanced or maybe even just people who stop by that are maybe weren't participating this year that will help you, and you just have to ask those questions that you say to yourself. It's kind of dumb, but, and there isn't such a thing.
You have to braven up enough to actually talk to people. But that helps a lot. Even if it's not someone just ask them. Usually they're pretty nice and they'll help you out.
don't be afraid, whether freshmen or upperclassmen, to take that extra chance, whether or not you have animal background. Again, there's so many people who are willing to help you there and who want you to do well in addition to that. So it's definitely a fun way to, again, get involved, reach out, make campus smaller.
It's pretty awesome. I have to admit, it's kind of unreal. I think I'm probably gonna braven up and do dairy or sheep.
When you participate in Little International, yeah, we participate here on MSU's campus and we compete against each other in that of our classmates, but we're taking part in something that's much bigger than that. It spans the country, so not only are we the livestock enthusiasts of Michigan State, but we're the livestock enthusiasts of America.